was in this rolling countryside that Nelson Mandela's long walk to freedom began. And by his own wish, it's where it ended today. The ceremony was well practiced and highly polished and had a suitable grandeur to it. The world was watching. The best equipped and trained soldiers, sailors and airmen in Africa, by some way, brought their one-time commander-in-chief to the funeral ceremony. The hymns sung throughout the ceremony were ones that Mandela himself particularly loved. Although the funeral has been years in the planning, the vast temporary auditorium was put up in a matter of days. The Mandela family, which has often been riven by disputes about money and status, came together for the ceremony. Graca Machel, his widow, sat close to Winnie Mandela, his former wife, who's been brought back into the fold in recent months, seemingly less radical than she once was. The guests were a mixed bunch: African presidents, a king, princes. Prince Charles, representing the Queen, seemed to get rather less attention than Oprah Winfrey. Richard Branson was there, so was Gerry Adams of Sinn Féin, and so eventually was former Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who only yesterday seemed to have been snubbed. Mandela's granddaughter Nandi brought out the human side that people especially loved about him.
Tatomkhulu was a lot of fun to be around, and he was a great storyteller. He had a great sense of humor. During the past year, we truly missed hearing his voice. At dinner, he liked telling stories about his childhood, and he preferred the one where he would poke fun at himself.
Government politicians here often acknowledge that not enough has been achieved since Mandela came to power 19 years ago. President Zuma made this pledge.
In our memory, South African children must grow up in a country that is not only politically free, but which is also free and safe from violence, free and safe from crime, free and safe from poverty, ignorance and disease, free and safe from indignity.
Long speeches had predictably delayed the programme, but finally it was time for the burial ceremony. It took place away from the cameras while the South African Air Force paid its last respects. A bugle sounded over the grave of the most admired leader on earth, who once went barefoot over these hills. John Simpson, BBC News, Qunu in the Eastern Cape.